Sam Barber, it has come down to this, the Big 12 championships this week. Talk to me about how you feel about your team going in.
You know, it's exciting. I think it's, we wrestled the most challenging regular season schedule in the history of Air Force Academy Wrestling, right? So I think that part of it, I think we got to talk about that a little bit and just say, like, hey, that's pretty incredible that our guys stepped up to the plate when they were able to wrestle that schedule. They wrestled Missouri, who was in the top 4 at the time. They wrestled Oklahoma State, who was in the top 4 at the time. They wrestled Iowa State, that was in the top 5 at that time. They wrestled UNI twice, who ended up being a top 15 team, right? And and then just the other great teams in there in North Dakota State, Wyoming, and Northern Colorado. So and then we go out to Cal Poly for our AUTA conference, and we run into top 10. Cal Poly, right? So that part of it, we've seen more national ranked teams and national ranked wrestlers than we've ever seen in the history of our program. And our guys really did a great job, and it was challenging, right? There was a lot of ups and downs, and with that, and it can rock your confidence a little bit when you're going through something like that, but the guys really did a good job of maintaining the focus, kind of staying even keeled, and kind of keeping this idea of we're just going to be better next week than we worked the week before. So really, I want to say thanks to our team for going through that and how they stepped up, and we're here, right? And the great thing about the postseason, we talked about this, now that we're in the postseason, everybody's 0-0, right? So that's the great thing. We had this incredibly challenging season that I think has prepared us to go and do some pretty special things at the Big 12 championships.
Most definitely. And Wyatt Hendrickson goes in as the #1 seed. That's a pressure that isn't seen very often around here either.
Yeah, it's the first time we've had a guy seeded first in the Big 12 tournament. He's earned that, right, through how he's competed. So what does that mean? And it's the same, really, it's no different for him or the other 9 guys in our team that aren't seeded. It's hey, you go out there, you compete, with a great effort, with great energy. We have to be able to start fast in matches and keep our foot on the gas, so the intensity is going to be higher in the Big 12 championships than it is in the regular season. And we got to show up and be able to kind of attack those matches and kind of put pressure on people, right? Put pressure on people and give us a chance to put ourselves and extend our season in the NCAA tournament. And that's no different for Wyatt either, right? He's the most dominant wrestler in the nation right now. He's got I think 13 pins, tied for #1 with Falls. If he just goes out and does what he does, then he's going to continue to have the same results that he's had. And I don't think Wyatt's not the type of guy that's he's not reading. He just doesn't read into a lot of things. He's just a guy that shows up, he puts his work gloves on, and he goes to work. So expect him to do the same thing we expect all the other 9 guys to do.
Yeah. Do you see the fire in your guys as you're ready to go into this championship? Do you see them as okay, now it's time?
I do think that I do think that there's some belief, right? I think if you look back at these 9 guys, I can't think of a guy on the team, over their career at the Air Force. We got 4 or 5 seniors, right? I can't think of a guy on the team that hasn't beat a national ranked wrestler, right? I can't think of one guy on the team right now, 10 weight classes, that hasn't beat somebody that's national ranked, right? And Sam Wolf, as high as I think our highest win this year is over the guy that was ranked 8th from Cal Poly, right? So I don't think there's a guy on our team that hasn't beat somebody that's national ranked. So I think understanding hey, we're 0-0, it's a fresh season, we've competed at the highest level and we've produced the result to be successful, then we can go to the Big 12 tournament, we can do that again, and again extend our season to Detroit, and then look to get on the podium against the NCAA national championships.
It should be fun. Sam, thanks for the time, good luck.
Appreciate it, thanks.